President Trump's tariffs have kicked in then, so now what? It's Wednesday, 9th of April, and here's what you need to know. Our number of the day is 104%. That's the average tariff now being charged on Chinese imports to the US. Punitive duties on goods from around the world kicked in overnight. In China, the central bank has instructed state-owned banks to reduce their purchases in dollars, and they're buying the yuan to shore up the financial markets. Officials from numerous other countries are planning to head to Washington to try and strike a deal that could get those tariffs lifted. Japan and South Korea have emerged as two of the first countries set to start talks with the Trump administration. So you may have missed that the US demands could go far beyond just asking countries to drop their own tariffs. Washington wants Japan to let the yen rise against the dollar, for example, which would mean the Bank of Japan hiking rates despite the growing risk of a global recession. Food standards are also in the Trump administration sights. Many countries won't import US hormone-treated beef, for example, and so are digital services taxes aimed at US tech giants. Our chart of the day is the US 10-year Treasury. That peaked overnight at 4.49% in a massive sell-off of US debt. Now, this is the rate that the US government pays to borrow money, and it's usually the safest asset in global markets. So the spike suggests investors are rushing out of even their safest assets to put money into cash instead. US 30-year bonds have seen their heaviest sell-off since 1981. Our stock of the day is TSMC. The Taiwanese semiconductor manufacturer could be hit by a fine of as much as $1 billion in a US export control investigation into how one of its chip designs ended up in a Huawei AI processor. It's a sign of how far the US crackdown on China could reach beyond tariffs. Taiwan has been hit with a 32% duty despite being a US ally. Semiconductors are exempt from that for now, but they may not be for long. And that's what you need to know this morning.